Squirrel. Hey, just as a dog can be easily distracted by a squirrel and abandon everything else to chase it, so we too can be distracted by many things in life. And these things can distract us from what God really wants us to do in this season. What things do you find that can distract you in what God wants you to do? Some may be obvious, like scrolling for hours on social media, or binging TV shows all weekend, or excessively playing video games. But then there's more serious distractions, such as having continuous relationship problems or problems with your or a loved one's health. Those can be discouraging and keep you from continuing on with God's task. Other distractions, as we will see with the example of Nehemiah, can be people actively mocking you as you're trying to do something for God, or falsely accusing you in order to stop you in your tracks. Or you can even have someone trying to mislead you from your assignment by falsely saying God has told them you need to stop doing your task. Nehemiah faced that and much more. Nehemiah is a biblical example of a God follower who was led to rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, and he had to deal with people who sought to distract him and completely stop him from completing his God-given task. In Nehemiah 4, starting with verse 7, reads, "But when Sanballat, Tobiah, the Arabs, the Ammonites, and the people of Ashdod heard that the repairs to Jerusalem's walls had gone ahead and that the gaps were being closed, they were very angry. They all plotted together to come and fight against Jerusalem and stir up trouble against it. But we prayed to our God and posted a guard day and night to meet this threat." So we find that they were facing a physical threat to completing the task, so they prayed and put a plan into place. In Nehemiah 6, we find that Nehemiah received multiple meeting invites from those who did not favor the wall being rebuilt. He, of course, discerned that they wanted to harm him, and he sent messages back saying, "I am carrying on a great project and cannot go down. Why should the work stop while I leave it and go down to you?" So since those messages didn't work, they decided to send a final message threatening to send false accusations about his work back to the king if he didn't come down and meet with them. Well, Nehemiah didn't let that faze him, and he sent a message back stating they were making it up out of their heads, or in motto lingo, "Y'all are cray cray." And he got back to work and prayed for strength. So we find Nehemiah did these things to overcome distractions to his God-given task, and we need to do the same thing. First, Nehemiah went to prayer. That needs to be our first thing we do whenever we start something for the Lord, is bathe it in prayer from beginning to end. Nehemiah also had a wise plan to complete the task, taking into account the difficulties that could derail the project. We need to do the same. Thirdly, he trusted God. In Nehemiah 2:20, he said, "The God of heaven will give us success." We need to trust that if God asked us to do something, he will give us success in the task he has given us. Next, he stayed focused on his work. He knew how to reject the distractions that were trying to stop him. We should definitely do the same thing. We need to be able to just focus and push the distractions out of the way. Finally, he invited others to help complete the task with him. If we're doing a task for God and we need help with it, we should go and enlist other people to help us as well. We don't need to try to do everything on our own. We need to invite others. to join in the task that God has given us to do. So I hope that this has helped you today and that you will go and do the work God has for you today to stay focused and don't go chasing any squirrels. I hope this has been a blessing to you. Please like and share this word. If you have any need of prayer, please contact me through carolynlilley.com. Thank you and have a blessed rest of your week.